Just do the setup, which isn't too much. Just gotta change the difficulty. The default settings are fine otherwise. Okay. Yep, everything else is fine. Okay, it's just gone the hour, so guess this one started. And go and go. It's way slower if you accidentally select review, so don't do that. Just make my way through the tutorial area. And overshoot the fucking portal, of course. Okay, well, whatever, that was sloppy, but not a huge time loss in the grand scheme of things. The intro movie plays there, but I pressed start fast enough to skip it without really seeing it. Take 2 out of 3 of us and leave and Sion. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much. Austin is the most useful one just because she has the best items. And these are like tutorials for what everything is, we can just skip those. Run straight past and head to the first actual event. This game's cutscene skip is not that fast, like I shouldn't have done it there. It's only faster when there's like more than 5 dialogue boxes, because you have to press start and confirm. Otherwise you can just mash through the dialogue boxes without any real concern. Also, it seems like most of the time the fastest way to get to a place is to... Well, okay, I gotta kill these enemies first. The fastest way to get to a place is to use the full speed flight. As much as possible and then just let it recharge. Now where is the fucking last quasset? Okay, they killed it. I think that's actually useful for once. But obviously there are other ways I could do the movement, like just continuously using the second fastest flight speed, which drains your stamina a lot slower. Well, those are the main two obviously. Use the flight speed boost a lot, or basically don't use it at all. So there's a one dialogue text, but this one is way longer, so let it skip. And there's another event around the back, but you don't have to see that one, thankfully. And then the game was kind enough to turn me back around the right direction. Run out of stamina just as I touch the event, which should be fine. If you run out of stamina at a bad time, then you lose. You have to sit still for about 5 seconds, and you also have to re-enter fast flight. Oh no, okay, so that one was bad. Not awful because I want to be in like fly and attack mode right now anyway, but it's like up on the D-pad, which is fast flight. And left or right on the D-pad, which you just kind of drift, stay level, and you can attack as well, or cast spells. But being in the left or right flight mode makes you move way slower. Thank you, Austin. The early game is pretty much just run between boss to boss, cutscene to cutscene. You don't have to grab too much extra stuff, although there is a little bit. Namely, weapons are the main thing you want to pick up in this game. Levels don't matter that much, but weapons certainly do. Because not only are weapons obviously going to make you kill things faster, but they're also the easiest way to get money. Come on now. And thankfully, we control Kirito, who uses one-handed swords, but there's also a huge supply of good one-handed swords and guaranteed drops from chests and such. Oh, I forgot to turn off their spells, but they've actually been doing decent damage with them. Whoops, that's not a split. But yeah, I just want to remove all of their spells, they're not all that useful. But I'll wait until... I think what I'll do is I'll wait until I have to menu anyway. Because eventually I'll learn a new skill on Kirito, and I'll equip that, and I can de-equip those two ones. Okay, there we go, that's the real split. Half of my time gain is because I forgot to do that spell removing menu, which might not even be worth it, to be fair. The other half is skipping a couple of 1000 yield chests that I determined I don't need. And these events are forced. If I don't see them now, then I'll have to see them after the quest, before the story will progress any further. Anyway, swap out Leafa for someone slightly more useful. The most the AI can really do. I mean, the damage isn't terrible early game. It gets worse the further the game goes in, because it just becomes too hard to keep them up with my own damage. But in general, the best AI can do for you is to buff your correct element to be able to hit a boss's weakness. And this is one of two quests you have to do during your run. The other one is the one to get the Brian X Holgate. About halfway through. We just try and spin to win as much as possible on these first few slimes while they're still grouped up. Unfortunately they split off a bit faster. I could have got a decent one over here if I'd been a bit more patient. But just them being grouped up is good in general. I don't need to use my AoE skill for them being grouped up to save time, because I can hit them all at once if they are grouped up. Even with regular attacks. Now I'll just run over here and grab as much XP as I can by killing these enemies even though they're not part of the quest. Because they're basically just free XP when they're grouped up like this. Now I need to find some more actual slimes. Okay, they're all over here. They ran weirdly far away actually. That's kind of annoying. Why, there's three of them just over in that far corner for no reason. And those are actually starting to cost because they're making the ones over here not respawn. Is that really not it yet? There we go. I already reached level 110, so I can just leave straight away. My goal is to reach level 110 before getting done here. That was slow because of those free slimes that somehow ran way far away and didn't ever come back. And I just overshot the portal again, not doing it. And again! Okay, I should just stop trying to go fast. And again! Okay, yeah, just stop trying to speed past the portal, it doesn't work very well. That was just being reckless. And or fed up of missing it. But whatever. All done now, still ahead. But losing 30 seconds, okay, well. About 10 to 20 seconds of that was the bad RNG. What do I have to come all the way up here for? Huh. Right. You don't go to Agil's shop until after the quest. Just incomplete notes confusing me there. Now we go to Agil and Elizabeth's shop, and I can get my first weapon upgrade of the run. just remove all the buffs except wind. Less confusion that way. Now we'll do some kills on these. Another quest in the same cave, the only cave that we've been to so far. And if I'm holding right bumper when I enter a dungeon, then I can run without it costing stamina until my stamina fully recharges. Which obviously saves a little bit of time by not having to recharge it naturally. Oh, I forgot to turn off Arson's spell. Let's do that now. I just want her to either use items or attack. But she has some really good items, which are way better than anything she can do with magic right now. Okay, these things are being annoying, they're staying high up. And you can't fly inside dungeons at all in this game, whereas in Excel World, they at least, the sequel Excel World game, they at least let you into the kind of mid-flight, the half-flight status. Okay, at least then. And pure mana crystal is one of the best items that Asuna can use. But unfortunately my mana bar is so small right now that it still doesn't actually do that much. Quarter past 4 AM, yeah, that would be right, huh? The hell am I stuck on? The hell? Okay. Sometimes the flight physics in this game can be a bit weird. Like that again. Okay, so then I get stuck and miss the stupid stupid teleport portal again. Lovely game sometimes. Yeah, I gotta go to my inn room here. So this time I'm just losing time because of my fuck up on the menuing. Oh well. Time to go for a restock of weapons, since I just entered chapter 3, which makes some new weapons be available. Sell this. It's a decent healing item, but it's worth more money than its utility as an item.
あの中央の浮島どうやって行くのかまだわからない。行動制限があるから飛んではいけないんだよね。何か方法があるはずだよ。
調べてみる必要があるな。この装置頼んだ。
任せて。任せといて。この扉。
Just want to use this particular formation to make it more likely that they cast their good buffs. In this case, Elizabeth's buff. And pick up all this stuff for extra money. This money gets a little tight in the early game, just until the weapons start being worth actual money. And this is also the only chapter where you can't buy escape crystals, so you gotta pick them up off chests or run out of dungeons. Thankfully from chapter 2 onwards, or if it's something like chapter 4 in terms of the actual story, but area 2 onwards I can start buying the escape crystals. So I'm going to lose time here just because I did that weapon buy, but I'll gain it back later. From not doing a weapon buy later. So this is mostly fake time loss. Need to get this chest. That'll lead into the next quest later. But it's not worth using that escape crystal here, there are better places for it later, so just run out. And I also don't have any teleport crystals yet, so... I gotta fly back to the portal as well, which means more portal shenanigans. Which has been the theme of this run so far. I'll just use that stamina recharge glitch and then fly back. And this is where the game will actually force Klein to be in your party. For just this one quest. And it's also different because it makes you get him into your party yourself, instead of just giving you a particular party, which it does a couple of other times. And all reason we had to use Klein is because he apparently had the key for this place. If I press guard, which is right bumper plus circle, and then press circle again, I can use a pretty strong attack. Like, it's almost comparable to a skill at this point in the game. So I'll use it as much as possible, but it uses quite a significant amount of stamina, so you don't want to get fucked up by that. Oops. I forget that these intersections sometimes have weird shapes. I'm trying to hit 2 or more enemies at once, so it looks like Klein just killed that one anyway. And here we have pretty much the longest time you have to wait for dialogue in the game. I can't pick up these chests that has the key until Klein shots up. He takes quite a while to shut up, so I can just kill these extra enemies while we wait for him. Now we just gotta wait, there's nothing really else to do. And you need that key to open this door, so there's like nothing to do thanks to Defresh. Not sure if I hit the main boss guy or not. Okay, looks like I did. Cool. But it's really hard to hit him with most attacks. It's just got this really weird hitbox. Although this attack is one of the few that can easily hit him. Okay. And this is where I should gain back the time for not having to buy a weapon for Asuna in this split. Because she's already got it. She's even already equipped it. And still not going to use the escape crystal because for this quest I get automatically teleported back.
NPC から何
お邪魔するよ。ねえ、キリト君。
Okay, so just before I go out and fight Zekan, I'm going to put Lisa back in my party for later. Even though it's only going to be Asuna in the 1v1 obviously. Then we can go straight to the 1v1. And upgrading Asuna's weapon speeds up this battle by about 2 times. From what I can tell. So even though it looks slow to go to the weapon shop an extra time, is almost certainly worth it overall between the battles Kirito has to do and this one. She's being a bitch with the guarding. Hello? What are you doing? You're not meant to fucking fly away. Okay, there we go. That was dumb. Never seen her fly away like that. At least not that high. Sometimes she flies against the wall. But it's rare that she actually flies up into the air, out of reach of the ground completely. When, like, obviously if you fly then she'll start flying, but generally the 1v1s in this battle, they copy you whether they're on the ground or flying. Like, they'll chase you, but they generally don't just go up there themselves. I want to steal Yuki's weapon and put it on Kirito because I'm not going to use Yuki. Which is a much better weapon. Okay, I don't have any good secondary weapons. Unfortunately I have to activate this event with Agile. It's a sub-quest. Because I'm controlling Kirito. I could make all the sub-quests go away by not controlling Kirito, but I would have to be not controlling him every time I went to the stop. Which isn't really all that practical. Let me just check something. Make sure I'm not selling a good shield. No, that's fine. So grab some accessories for Kirito. Shield for Asuna. And some passives, and then... yeah, that's fine. Well, not passives. They're called battle skills, but they act as passives once you set them. The difference from actual passives is that you have to choose them and you can only choose 6. Whereas every passive you get is always active. Now we'll fly to one of these 2 dungeons. I choose to go to the right one first because its boss is slightly easier. You know, this place is almost over the altitude limit. What you need to do is fly onto it at this end and then run the rest of the way up to the dungeon. And all that work with flying earlier led us into these 2 dungeons. I spawned the slime just to kill it. Yeah, slimes are just easy pickings. Same with these 2. Use the strong guard attack on it and it kills it just like a skill would, and I don't waste any MP. Then over to these switches. It's easy to forget to do one of these switches. You gotta do all of them to make sure that you can get through. You somehow dodged it, cool. Gotta recharge my stamina a bit, it got pretty low there. You don't have to kill these enemies, you just run straight through this room. Oops, it is right, okay.
この調子でいきましょう。頼りにしてるわよ。
So now I'll finally use my first escape crystal since it's actually worth using here. This is quite a long walk back otherwise. Okay, so now I can finally do the other half of this dungeon. Went all the way up north just to be able to unlock the southern half. Kill some more orcs. Please don't run away, thank you. Now I can have our escape crystal to get out of here a second time, once I'm done with the actual boss. Now time for the boss. Well, soon. One more pair of these guys. Try and make Elizabeth use her enhanced wind skill, because this boss is weak to wind. Would be nice, but not all that likely still. And then just use. Okay, there it is finally. Dang it. I'll change the split to be always on congrats. Makes more sense. So this will be a slight fake gold though. Alright, now off to the other dungeon. Because I can't actually fly because I'm still above the altitude limit, so I gotta drop. And then as soon as I can, get into flight mode. You know, I used to do a grind here to level 130, but it takes way too long and doesn't provide that much benefit, so not doing that anymore. Fortunately, these slimes backstep my attacks. Okay, not all of them did. Only one of them did. I think I can ignore the switch. Not sure. I'll try ignoring it because there's not much time lost if I ignore it unsuccessfully. Okay, cool. And this loss is way more annoying than the first one. because he moves around a lot and has a lot of armor. At least Lisbeth did her shit, but it doesn't help too much if he keeps jumping out of my attacks. Oh damn it, I used all my stamina. Does help when he does the fire breathing attack. But even him turning will make me hit his legs instead of his tail. And his legs are armoured. While his tail is like the only real non-armoured part of him that I can abuse. Very easily anyway. And yeah, that's annoying. He's staring me at exactly the right point because that means that he doesn't take the effect, but still, I still lose mana. Means that I just can't just immediately recast. And now Elizabeth isn't using her buff again, so he's taking way less damage. Relying on the AI in this game is complete poop, but there's not much you can do about it because they didn't add character swap in the field until later, or until the second game. He's dead, but that could have been a lot faster if he didn't dodge so many attacks and if Lisbeth actually cast her buff more than once. But yeah, obviously it's like a free time save there because I didn't do the grind. I'm going to do a little bit of the grind once I'm out of here. Okay, maybe not. I'm lower level than I thought I would be. Forget that then. No, hold on. I can't. Escape Crystal here. I don't have any right now. I get a third one in the next dungeon, but the one in this dungeon takes too long to get. Yeah, that was just annoying. Oh, I see. I get level 129 there, but no, I'm not gonna do a grind. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna equip level 3 swords to make the next part of it more stable. Will you have a Blood Gang or a better Crime Rouge? Okay. Now time for the Wyverns. I'll lose a little bit of time here by going to get that second sword, but should be well worth it. I'll change Elizabeth over to water temporarily. Well, not temporarily, but I wonder if it matters if it's in this slot. Doubt it, but holy shit, why are you not healing? Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, it's like fractional HP and it doesn't use a fucking healing item. It only uses a weak one, so it still dies. Damn it, that thing that stepped out of nowhere. So I lose time there from having to go back, but that's fine. Oh, you did revive her already, okay. Alright, so now I'm going to menu to equip my water skills that I just got. And battle skill for you is increased water damage, and you have now increased HP. I just want to make sure I hit this at the right angle so I don't have to go up twice. Now time to fight the first area boss. And this place is just a little exercise in double jumps. You can't make some of those jumps if you don't double jump. Because you're way above the altitude limit as well, so you can't fly at all. You don't want to fall. That would be bad. When I get a chance, I want to switch over to Formation 2. Actually, hold on a minute. Review and try and get the one which weakens the boss. And not get stuck on random little indents in the ground. That would help.
これだわ。しまった。
Travel like 3 XP by killing those guys. Insane again here.
これで決めてやる。
大活躍。
これは床がスイッチになっている。
どこかで扉が開く音がするわね。まさか。
セーフティーエリア。
Alright, time for the walls.
頼んだ。
さっきのキリト君。
準備はいいな。行くぞ。
バカにしないでよね。リズ。
下がって回復を。
I got hit by a second wind vortex, so I was targeting Liz.
切れたのか。
Okay, this is just poop luck. Him using the charge attack twice in one enrage. Low, where? Oh, he's fucking done his thing where he goes super low again. Also, I want to check something just in case. Yeah, that's not easy. Just it seems a little low, but that might just be because of not having a certain attachment yet. You bitch! Stop! Like, fuck off with that attack. Waste so much time. And how is my dual blade skill that low? What? I use all my energy. And he did it again. Fuck off. Okay, no, he did the single dash for whatever reason, even though he was in rage mode. Oh, that's better than him doing the good one, but still. Okay, well, I didn't get the Crystal Gunner, which means I don't have protection against Skill Seer for a while, but I don't think I need it that much.
こんなの楽勝よ。やったー、クエストクリアよ。やりましたね。お見事。
And my Dual Blade skill is a little lower than I remember it being at this point in the game, but should be fine overall still. Probably because I didn't do the grind. As long as I get level 150 before the real annoying bosses in this area on my Dual Blades, then that's fine. Oh, I meant to go to the sand area first. Okay, as long as I don't go to the wrong area twice in a row, then that's fine. You need to quickly go here just to activate a cutscene. You don't actually need to do any observation here, but you do need to make the game register that you've been here. Now there's an event down here. And yeah, no grind, so save another 7, most of 8 minutes for free. But now obviously I'm going to be a bit behind on levels and stuff compared to the PV run. Just gonna see if there's a better attack status on this. Yeah, that one looks good. Just sell all these spare items. I just needed 2 escape crystals. Although I can get free. Don't need any money for anything else right now. Generally any weapon that's dropped off a monster randomly will be better than the same weapon from a chest or from a shop, because it'll actually have secondary effects, but there's no difference between the other two, and a higher tier weapon is still better, even if it is store-bought. I'm confused a little bit there, but now I remember this dungeon. Yeah, I saved time there because getting to level 150 means you have way more skills to equip and such, so I'll lose some time later when I have to equip those same skills once I finally get to that level later on. Oh, I do want to set up some stuff actually. Let's do that now, before I forget. I want to set up these two with their buffs again, so... Just gonna lose a little bit of time on this one. Not a heal a lot. The fuck did I get stuck on again? Sometimes this game's fight physics are very weird. I nearly got changed into non-flight mode by force. I mean, you do when you hit this cutscene, but I nearly got so stuck on that thing that the game forced me onto flight mode. Side flight mode instead of fast flight mode. I will lose time here, just because of... How the hell did he dodge that? Okay, there we go.
無理はするなよ。まあこんなもんか。
ちょっと危なかったわね。鍛冶屋なめんじゃないわよ。おめでとうです。
So I should steadily lose time on these splits. At least a little bit of time on each split. Wow, I was way off on the angle, whatever. Gonna steadily lose time on these splits until the very last one on this second area. Where I should gain a minute or two depending on RNG. Because I got rid of a weapon farm, because I managed to find a second good weapon in a chest. But then he sidestep. Yeah, but yeah, that attack is still really powerful. I don't remember which way's out for this place. Yeah, it's the other way. But there's too much time to this. Yeah, I can occasionally gain time, but most of the time I'm just going to lose a little time on each split. And if I gain time, it's because I did the fights better. As opposed to the movement, which is obviously going to be slow because I'm not level 150, which means I don't have the movement speed buff. And this place always spawns rogue players, but you don't fight them. They don't give any major experience or drops. So we just ignore their existence and head to the next dungeon. But it is one of the few reliable places to actually find enemy players that you can attack. Sometimes players on the overworld are just your allies and they show up as white icons. But these guys are always rogue. Damn it, it actually backstepped. There's a bit of time loss here.
まあこんなものか。
こんなの楽勝よ。私だってこのくらい戦えるわよ。やりましたね。お見事です。
奥の扉が開い。
Now with all 3 pieces we can forge a complete key, but not going to use it yet because there's another story event unrelated to the dungeons coming up. And Leafa gets forced into my party over Elizabeth for this one battle. Not a huge deal, it's a pretty brief battle. It's the last time I'll have to use Leafa. We got 4 regular harpies and this cockatrice, which is way more annoying than any of the individuals. Because it dodges your attacks pretty consistently. There we go then. There we go. I need to be at 3 escape crystals, I've already got 2. I don't need to do too much. Still save time overall on that chapter because of the first flip. So now I'm going to actually sell my unidentified items without even identifying them. And I need 1 more escape crystal. Get back Elizabeth into my party. Head for the next dungeon, which is over this way. Need most of my stamina back, I should do it. Oh, okay, okay. That would have been bad, but I hit the entrance just in time. Before my stamina recharge made me wait 5 seconds. Of course, a good thing about not having the movement speed buff is not having to cast movement speed buff, which does save some time. Okay, I really need to get forward level 150 by the end of this dungeon, so I think I'm just gonna start attacking enemies normally until I get it. Even if we'll lose a bit of time. Follow these guys. Oh, I still hit that, and that's surprising. Alright, well yeah, I need level 150 before these bosses. They are really annoying bosses. I'm just gonna beat up these guys in the way. Did proc pretty quickly because I got 145 on the last boss. And these are high level enemies. These ones are even higher level. Well, still didn't get level 150. Alright, well these guys have more health, so... There we go. Okay, just kill this guy and then go. That wasted maybe half a minute to a minute to get that proc done with. But it would have been really annoying to not get that passive in time. Alright, so having water element on literally doubles my damage against this boss, so I want to use as much as I can before it wears off. And we got decent fight in the end, because I got water buff for most of it. That has an escape crystal for free, so I just use one now anyway. Now after the last dungeon marked for now. Not the last dungeon in this place, there's one more after this, but the last dungeon that I have access to for now. I don't even really have access to it yet. But I just gotta scope it out to start the chain of events that will let me get into it. And as soon as I activate that cutscene I can leave. Use this teleport crystal. Okay, it's actually to the right. That was a little surprising. Use the teleport crystal I got all the way back in the final dungeon of the first area, then come over here and talk to this NPC. Talk to him and then you go straight back to the desert. It was quite a long fly to where I need to go, but not absurdly long. Just possibly longer than any flight I've done up to this point at once. Because it takes 4 whole stamina bars from what I remember. Or at least like 3.5. Ah, damn it. Did screw up at least once. Yeah, it looks like it's at least 4 full, possibly even more. Or like 4.5. And this cutscene actually counts as like 3 or 4 different cutscenes, so it's not worth it to use the cutscene skip on it, because you have to skip every individual part. You can cutscene skip that last bit right at the very end if you want, but I'm not sure it's even faster because it's only like 3 or 4 dialogue boxes. But yeah, that guy, we gave him the cauldron that we conveniently got from the last dungeon, and he will agree to let me into this one, which looked like it had no entrance earlier. And it's actually a pretty short dungeon once we get into it. Yeah, just run to where it was before, and that guy will be there this time and he'll rail the way in. And then what I missed in my last run is, well, I didn't know it was here, is that there's a sword back here. And that's the level 4 sword, which is one of 2 that will help against the final boss of this area. Previously I, well, tried to farm for a second level 4 sword, and while that's all well and good, it isn't reliable. Now I can just get 2 level 4 swords for free. This is a weird room where you have to wait for respawns to get enough kills to make the door open. I think it's 7 kills, or it might be 8. Anyway, I just got 7 and 8 at the same time, basically. I think it's 7 to make that door open. And this one is actually genuine. I only have to kill those 2 skeletons to open the door to release this mechanism, which opens the boss door. Get that 5,000 money and head to the boss. Which is the first real boss of this area. as opposed to a mini boss. And he's a lot more cooperative than the dragon. He's even more cooperative than the snake, honestly, although it's pretty close. The snake is also reasonably cooperative. I don't think he's actually weak to water, but having any element on still buffs my damage a little bit if this is anything like Excel World. Use the Union even though this guy's a pretty easy boss because I'm going to be teleporting back to town to identify my level 4 swords before the next boss. Which means that I'm going to lose it. Regardless. There we go. And I get level 150 here finally. Means I can finally start using movement speed buffs on Kirito. So I'll go ahead and select that. Also a couple of new battle skills as he gets to level 150. Not that one. That one's only useful right at the very end. But rare drop means I get more weapon drops, which means more money, generally. And also slightly higher chance at better swords, but by the time I really start caring about swords is when I won't be controlling Kirito anymore. Now that I have a movement speed buff, I do move quite a bit faster. But it's offset by the time I have to take casts each time, and it's got a pretty short duration at this point, so the reason I was able to still save time over splits where I had it before is that its impact just isn't that large. It's still faster to use it than it is to not, but not by a whole lot at this point. I have to recast it right around here. Luckily they didn't attack me until just after I cast it. Mechanism opens this place. Grab the stuff. Get over here. Let's learn some new stuff, but I really need to be focused on just casting Enhanced Water, so I don't set any of it yet. Enhanced Attack will be vaguely useful as a battle skill, but that's about it. I get that key, which is for later. Open this door. Get the second level 4 sword out of this chest, so now I have 2 of them guaranteed. I might get more by fighting these enemies, but I have at least 4. I have at least 2. That's all I need, really. The main benefit is getting more is getting ones that have effects on them, which can make them a lot better if they get good effects. But so far, nothing. Well, I don't need the effects, it's just nice to have beneficial effects. I got a one-hand sword, but I don't think it's a level 4 one. I don't really care too much anymore now that my strats allow me to get 2 of them guaranteed. Basically go all out to defeat this thing since I'm going to be heading back town anyway and resetting my MP and such. Grab this. It's an attack item for later. Then I'll actually make use of this boss battle back, so I can get my level 4 swords on Kirito. It's a bit annoying to make these portals register though. And doing this speeds up the boss battle by about 2 minutes, so it's definitely worth it. Plus I don't have to do it later. Okay, I've got 1 extra, but it doesn't really do anything, so that's fine. Just equip it anyway, just because any debuff is better than nothing. Even though that one's pretty useless. And we can go straight back to where we were. And I'll cast the movement speed buff before I enter. Really just hope they cast their water buff as much as possible, because this is like the golems where if I have a water buff then I do about double the damage. And I'm the only one who can't cast it, so they gotta do it. But AI lol. You also want to stay low on him for the best damage, but that's annoying to do. Okay, I got 1 water buff quickly, but right now I don't have any SP, so it's not very easy. It's basically impossible to stay locked on to his bottom, so it's basically a constant game of going up and down, and sometimes you can just move around a ton like this. And sometimes you can hit by the rocks while you're not paying attention. Though, it is worth the effort to stay this low because it makes basically all of his attacks miss as well. Yeah, I was in a really nice place there. Actually.
この程度かすり傷だぞ。
力が戻った。
これで決めてやる。マナが切れたのか。
パパ、敵の体力残り少しです。
マナが切れたのか。
Where have you gone? Fuck you.
これで決めてやる。この程度かすり傷だぞ。
もう持たないかも。
アスナ。
落ちは下がって。
Really? Okay, there we go. GG. Boss down.
ピンチです。早く助けてあげてください。
よし、クエストクリア。
やったー。クエストクリアよ。
Save about 2 minutes because I didn't have to do this farming for the second sword because I had the guaranteed spawn.
これでさば。
Just a little under 2 minutes anyway. I think you can get sub 130 on this chapter if the run went really, really well, but I'm not willing to grind it to that point.
前は使えなかった。
Gotta make sure to go to the right place here as well. You gotta go to the ice area just like you had to go to the desert area once. And here you can't fly when you initially enter. And that was a video cutscene that I was just mashing start to skip immediately. Well, not mashing, but press start once to skip immediately. So I have exactly as much money as I needed for the items, basically. 45 to 80 versus 45k is what I needed. So, escape crystals, teleport crystals, and also some attack items, which will help out, because I'm really underleveled at this point. And that'll stay the case for just a little bit longer, till I get my new main character. So unfortunately I now have to do an option, what would seem like an optional fight but isn't actually optional, against an army of skeletons. I'll just use this, get out of the way.
あのあ、扉が
Damn it, I ran out of stamina again. I don't want to use too much SP when there's only one enemy because only 3 of them spawn after you kill that one guy. And you do need to kill all 3, so getting out the AoE skills definitely helps. Like, yeah, the big guy dodged my skill that time, but it doesn't really matter that much. Because you have to kill both small guys anyway, and they have quite a lot of health. How the hell did I miss both of them? What kind of crap? Yeah. That is quite an annoying fight, just because the enemies have so much health compared to your damage you output at this point in the game.
どこかで風が吹き出すような音がするな。
And that chest is a key to a treasure room, I don't need it. The key thing is that we released that mechanism, which leads me into this boss.
この先に進むと
How the hell? That guy's reach is insane. Fuck off.
これを使うか。無理はするなよ。
Also, how the hell did I not got that or whatever? That one's less criminal than somehow getting hit by his sweep. Like, I'm guarding, you son of a bitch. Oh, okay, you do have to kill all of them. I couldn't remember if you had to for this part. Okay, well, probably still worth it.
マナーが切れたのか。ま、こんなものか。
大したことないわ。私だってこのくらい戦えるわよ。おめでとうです。
Yeah, the splits have been going pretty well. You can only counter the AI so much. Generally not a lot.
先に攻略。これだな。
Alright, brain cutscene. No, I don't need any more attack items. And now we have the 7 does not shut up part of the game where she makes you come to Agil's Cafe 3 times in a row for whatever reason. Like, they could have just shown all of these at once, but Apparently 7 is that annoying that she has to make you sit through 3 of these. Hence my split name. I think that was actually a reasonably good pair of boss fights though. The second one was a bit meh, definitely, but the first one was good, for sure. Compared to how it normally goes, so I should have a decent time save here as well. I don't even really remember where I normally split this, but that'll do, because there are only 3 events. I guess I could split it when I get into this cutscene, but whatever. Okay, so... just need to avoid selecting Hilda's Finn's lair at any point. It will lose a bit of time if I do so. Because that's not a regular teleporter either. You have to... if you accidentally go there, you have to go all the way back to town first before you can go elsewhere. Also, that massive golem that I ignored is like level 700 or 600 or something. So while killing him gives a lot of experience, it also takes a very long time. And you basically have to use spells because he's so powerful. Open this door. Okay, no, I opened the wrong door. I was getting ahead of myself again, I think. This door. But the money won't hurt too much. And it didn't lose that much time to get it. But this is what I wanted, a level 5 sword now. Guarantee at least level 1 5 sword because... at least one level 5 sword, because what happened in my last run is that I got absolutely none. Which is unlikely, but certainly a possibility because the rest are all random drops. Some more money. Do this boss. Fortunately the big guy dodged the game, but I need to kill the little guys anyway here from what I remember, so it doesn't matter that much. That one is annoying though, that hit absolutely nothing. Yeah, okay, I gotta kill all of them, but they're not keeping either. You can see that these guys are nearly level 300 and I'm well below 200. Yeah, that was a pretty bad fight. I think casting weakness would have helped quite a bit. I just decided to try without, and obviously it didn't go very well. So I think I'm going to lose a bit of time here. Compared to the time lost on the previous split. Time gain on the previous split. Yeah, I'm definitely going to lose quite a bit of time. Like half a minute or so. Oh, I also didn't use an attack item, that would have helped. I forget I have those sometimes. Too bad. It's over now. Now I get the best character. So just over a 30-second time loss, like 40.
必要なことはあるかしら。また来てね。
おう。何か欲しいものがあるのか?
Okay, I did get 2 level 5 swords, that's good.
いらないアイテムどんどん買い取るぜ。毎度悪い。
Wait, is there anything else I can sell? No?
ありがとな。ありがとな。
No, I can buy this.
毎度悪い。他にはいつでも来いよ。
It might have been a bit of a waste of time, but oh well. Does let me get slightly better equipment.
いろいろと揃ってるよ。
I need exactly 42k gold for this shop.
お買い上げありがとう。お買い上げありがとう。
1 teleport crystal and 2 escape crystals.
毎度あり。次の来店を待ってるよ。
Okay, right into the party. She replaces Elizabeth, although she's also the controlled character. Throw on those 2 level 5 swords. The second one is Ren, and that's a decent effect. So now I've set up Rain to be used. And I'm no longer reliant on the AI for elemental busts at all because I do them myself. I do have to use items to get movement speed bust now though, but the items are buyable and there's plenty of opportunity to go to the shop for them. Oops. So, second and final quest of the run. Gotta kill a bunch of basically flying horses. Again, gotta... Ugh, they're all using their charge attack. I don't expect to be able to hit too many of them like 2 at once, but I really don't want to misplay too many entirely. They do die to 1 sword skill each. And they don't take too much effort to kill, even without a sword skill, but obviously so. So I prefer not to blow them, because I obviously only have a certain amount of MP, even though it's way more than I had when I was Kirito. So them fucking backstepping and doing crap like that is really obnoxious. Since I got 2 level 5 swords, I don't necessarily need the buff here. It is necessary if you don't get the swords. Those other enemies coming over here is really annoying though, because they do annoying status effects. if you walk into them, and also they're fucking up with my target lock. And now we can leave. That didn't seem too bad of a quest, besides the troll stuff at the end with the other enemies coming and distracting me.
そこにいるのって。お仕事をお探しですか？またいつでも来てくださいね。
よし。
いろいろと揃ってるよ。毎度あり。次の来店を待ってるよ。
Not really sure if it's worth rebuying that one item, but I am dependent on Kirito to give me some buffs if I want to not run out in this little section, so obviously I want to avoid being reliant on the AI as much as possible. Because the AI are not reliable, by any meaning of the word. We can head into this boss. He should die to just one sword skill if I power up. Or just a little more, depending on. Depends on what angle I hit him, because he's one of those annoying dragons that has a lot of armor. Because I do have 2 level 5 swords, these guys die in 1 sword skill. Or at least close. The kobolds definitely do, the skeletons are a fair bit more tanky, actually. Oh, that's a no corpse. Gotta make sure to get that. And then there's monster room. Another one where the spawns are delayed. They still die to this, even when they're tanky now. Kirito hasn't obliged with too many movement speed casts yet, so I might run out of movement speed items. Just a little earlier than I'd like. Huh? Whoops. Okay, it's this way. Crap, this is the wrong way, I think. Oh, I missed that floor switch. Yeah, alright. That makes some sense now. So that's a bit of a time loss, because I forgot how to do that. Okay, you can stop camping in this corner now, thank you. He did oblige me with at least one cast of that quick though, so I don't have to use a movement speed item here. But yeah, I didn't have to kill those enemies, just use the key. That was about half a minute to a minute lost on memes. I did level up Kirito and Asuna a bit, but yeah, okay, so from here gotta do this room. Which is quite a bit of movement. Grab some money. I definitely don't need the sword. There's a spare sword up there if you don't have 2 level 5 swords by this point. I'm just skipping that for sure. Go over escape crystal. Key for the boss. And set up my correct element for this boss. So this boss, which generally is pretty easy, kind of boss. Oops, I think I was meant to split already, but too late now. I'll split when I escape crystal. I mean, there are extra cutscenes here. Gonna save time, but it just seems like that was because I didn't know my way through here properly or something, even though I did make a mistake this time around as well. Also because I had 2 level 5 swords. Alright, whatever. So my last movement item is coming to an end soon. Meaning I'll be slow for about half a dungeon. This is a pretty quick dungeon regardless. And Kirito can still be lucky enough to give me a movement speed buff. Or kind enough. Okay, yeah, I lost it for the whole dungeon, but it's a pretty quick dungeon. Because you only do half of it now. Yeah, I want formation 1. Yep. Okay, there we go. Kirito boy. Now I get movement speed probably for the rest of this dungeon, but who really knows. And that's a mimic just sitting there. Probably not the hardest mimic to work out in the world.
さすがだな。俺も負けてられない。
Surprised I hit that actually.
この調子でいきましょう。
You can also use a movement speed item, although it's not that commonly, does it? He just did it twice in like no time at all though. Okay, that was weird. This looked like a corridor for some reason, so I thought it was the other way. Alright, Sumeragi Jewel. I don't think you carry in the buffs, so I think this was useless. You definitely don't carry in the buffs for the second fight, but I'm not sure if you carry in the buff for this first fight. Because you actually switched to Kirito for this fight. Yeah, you don't carry it in. There we are. Yeah, so obviously I split that last dungeon a bit late. Because that wasn't that good of a split just then.
みんな、今。
So I don't need to get a second level 5 sword because I already have 2.
それじゃあ気を取り
Just need to buy more speed items because I'm completely out.
どう？欲しいものはありそう？お買い上げありがとう。
Don't really need more mana items either. At least not right now, I only used 1. I do use quite a few of them on the next bit, but not an insane amount. There's actually 2 bosses on this last split of this chapter. The first one's one of those fucking dragons again. Armored dragons that take forever to kill, but the second one's pretty simple, just one of those behemoths, an ice one this time. The 4-legged kind of golem guys. I'm just coming around this way to use as much flight as I can. So yep, another fucking dragon. Why can't they all be as free as the one which is guarding that thing, that passage? I mean, this guy isn't too bad just because we outpower him by quite a lot. Like, Rain is really powerful compared to what you might otherwise have in the game at this point, but you can still do stuff like that. And I have to recast my boss about halfway through. Oh, he's doing this attack. Use another movement speed item.
大したことなかったな。
やりましたね。お見事です。
よし、倒。
So now I'll change my elemental buffs and go and fight the final boss of this chapter. Kirito can get some now as well, he's just starting to learn them because he's way lower level. And I gotta fly, I mean I gotta run here because I'm still above the altitude limit. And it will be way slower to get above it, or get below it just to make progress towards this place.
この装置があの装置って
Alright, so now I buff fire in contrast to the last boss.
出てきました。気をつけて。こいつを倒せば今まで行けなかった高さまで飛べるんだよね。早く行ってみたいよな。いやーいやーこれで決める。
And when he goes off on his little taunts, just use a minor item. Damn it.
だけどその方が戦ってて面白い。
キリト君、私楽しいよ。レイさん、敵の体力半分を切りました。さすがです。これでもう少しで倒せそうだぞ。今まで行けなかった浮島探索が楽しみだ。そうね。 でも油断しちゃダメ。集中していくわよ。まだまだいけるわ。
Mana Crystal would have helped there, Asuna.
無理はするなよ。元気になったよ。
いやー、レイさん、敵の体力。
It's a shame they're so inconsistent at using items. Oh well, that's that. That chapter's over now. It's time for the revisit chapter where you go back to all your previous areas. Yay! The best chapter. The most interesting chapter you ever had.
見事です。やったー。
みんな集まったな。
But good chapter overall in terms of splitwise. Time to stock up on items, which means sell my unidentified weapons because I don't have any good ones right now.
いい取引をさせてもらったよ。いい取引をさせてもらった。他に何か用ある？
So I can get a lot of items now.
お買い上げありがとう。
Need 3 teleport crystals, although I could have bought max. And max escape crystals.
またいつでもおいでよ。
Now welcome north. Actually, the boss is the wrong way around in my PV, so let's do it the right way around this time, even though it's fine to do it the other way if you really want. It's just slightly better.
今までより高いところまで飛んでいけるようになりました。今まで行けなかった浮島や高台エリアに探索に行けますね。
Whoops, that's the... Oh, that's this one. This must be the right place this time. I've come to the wrong place again. Yeah, this is the right place. Cool. And it looks like Kirito used a movement speed buff at some point. Oops, that's a... No, that's a huge deal.
任せてくれ。
I want to kill these guys to try and get swords off them. So I want one random drop of a level 6 sword. So far no good though. There are more in the next dungeon as well.
このボスは手強そうです。強敵なので気をつけてください。もう持たないかも。
Okay, I got at least one sword drop. Don't know if it's the right type, but it's a sword. Oh damn it. Asner actually healed my MP for once. Oh, it's supposed to be split, yeah. So I got a few swords. I don't think I'll kill any extra rune knights. Or maybe I'll just kill ones that get in my way in the next dungeon. Oh fuck me, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck off! Okay, that one got off. That'll do. Alright, so I think this is the last boss that I need to use Earth on in the game. It's a dragon again.
するなよ。元気になったよ。
いやレイさん、敵の体力が残り少しです。これで決める。キリト君、落ち着いていきましょう。どうかな。少し油断しちゃったみたい。いけない。
助かったよ。
力が戻ってきたよ。いや
There we are.
ー、いや、つけちゃったよ。
Pretty bad fight, but I got a lot of swords at least.
大したことなかったな。
おめでとうです。
A lot of swords. I think I got like 5 level 6 swords. We'll see though. Not all of these might be level 6. Where are you, Delphi Crystal?
いつもより
セブン。なあセブン。よし。
Okay, so stock up on mana and speed items again.
どう？欲しいものはありそう？毎度あり。毎度あり。
Don't need any more crystals for now. I will need to buy one more set of escape crystals a bit later on.
次の来店を待ってるよ。
And set up my best swords. Because it's time for another dragon, which means yay bitchiness.
必要なことはあるかさて。始めますか。
Okay, some of those were level 5, but I think I got enough level 6s to at least give 2 to Rain. Let's quickly look over the effects on these. Yeah, that one's good. Okay, I only got 3 level 5, 3 level 6s. I guess I should put Despair on Kirito. It's Fabulous Dark, there we go. And, one more thing actually. Rain skills, I need water because dragons are bitches. And for Welgun we go to an all entrance. Then basically straight up onto this island. This floating island and into this dungeon. Northeast room of griffins, which actually only has 1 in it, weirdly enough. Use another one of these, and into the boss.
この先にボスが。
Okay, you can sometimes hit him in the air. Okay, he's charging me, so I can't use my mana item until after he stops. No, I did that, boss. I shouldn't have to get the sword from on top of the dungeon in the ice area. I think I can skip that, but grab this anyway. Alright, where's that last one? Okay, no, let's do it. Stop fucking back stiffing like a billion times. Thank you. Okay, well, I've got 2 speed items left. I might have to use one more in here and then one more on the actual boss, which will be fine. Definitely acceptable outcome. Just don't use escape crystals. Right, I got my buff still up, that guy dies, and that's part of the reason why I used the buffs. So now reuse them again. And time for the flying head number 2. Thankfully the only 2 times we have to fight this fucker. He's pretty annoying. There we go. The head's dead. That was actually a really good start, which is what kind of carried the ending. Very nice fight overall.
大したことなかったな。
やりましたね。お見事です。やったな。
And same deal again, just buy my martyr items.
揃ってるよ。お買い上げありがとう。毎度あり。
And my speed items.
お買い上げありがとう。他に次の来店。
And change my elemental skills again. This time I just want wind. Kirito's got high enough level to get fire. And wind.
待ってるよ。
Ah, fuck. I knew I was going to do that eventually, but I really didn't want to. Waste so much time. Like an extra 20 seconds just down the drain. Oh, whatever. Okay, so off to two relatively high dungeons in this place. They're not actually that high because the altitude limit in this place was super low, so relative to the other high dungeons they're pretty low, but still high enough that there's no way you could access them without releasing the altitude limit. Right, well there is one sword that I will get, which is in here. Just because it's just down here. That's a 4th level 6 sword for sure. So definitely don't need the one on top of the next dungeon. Fortunately, character is not really obliging with that skill. That was lucky timing though. I was really unlucky, I got super low damage rolls, but they should just die to 2 spins, but sometimes they just barely live. It's fine, regardless. This guy is wind. Alright, just get stuck in that corner and bam. Alright, please revive Asuna, thanks. There we go. Hold on, I just need to check something. Yeah, let's have a +1.
こんなものか。
Alright, one more bitch dragon. There's actually 2 more in the game, but the next one is on this next split. But I just got this, so let's do attack HG. Oh, hold on. Need these chests. Then we can go. So now I have attack high on rain. Boost their power even more. Off to the second dungeon in this place. Basically right next to this one actually. Yeah, not gonna grab that sword this time. I already have plenty of swords. This will give me the final orb to open the last dungeon of Flossfield. Kirito finally pulls out a movement speed buff a little late there, buddy. I already used an item, but yeah. I do need to give her a decent amount of weapons to sell just to give her my supplies for the final area and the hardest boss in terms of damage he does to me.
この先にボスが。
This dragon is pretty annoying. Fortunately, he used his 5 breath attack there, which gave me enough time to do my buffs here. That's bad. That's among the most cooperative I've ever seen a dragon be. Though I still lost time. So it must have been even more cooperative last time. Interesting. I think last time I got some really OP swords that had like fire resist debuff, which is obviously quite good. Either way, let's go. Head to the last dungeon, and we do not want to try and go over this mountain. It's way too tall. It goes to even the new altitude limit. Whoops. Alright. No, those are all fake. Free mimics, the new silver mimic. Okay, I'm out of movement items, so Kirito has to play nice. Which is pretty unlikely because he doesn't do much of that. He likes to attack way more than he likes to cast buffs. Even when he's on buff mode. Right, just... Not that big a video because I'm about to get to a place where I'll have to kill some enemies. Which makes it more likely that he's gonna do his shit. Where is he have a draw one? These are the only two enemies actually have to kill him. There we go. Then he played nice. We have another escape crystal. It should last me until the actual fight, but it's gonna be annoying. This is one of the fights we actually want to have movement speed, so it's annoying that I'm out of items already. I also forgot about this. This room. Going to fight the enemies here. And I got EMP poison, great. Usually Asuna will heal you pretty quickly with status, but sometimes she drops the ball like if she's busy. Where the fuck did I just go? Oh, I went west instead of south. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, I went east instead of south, I guess. Alright, the mana poisoning finally wears off. But I'm out of it mana, so I gotta use one of these right now. Oh well, at least that little extra movement where I couldn't figure out where to go saved or spent enough time for me to get mana poisoning off me. Which was necessary.
このボスを倒せばクエストクリアです。頑張ってください。やー。にしよう。なかなかやるわ。まだしちゃダメだよ。やー。やー。
Oh, come on, long one. Ugh. And that unpack was in a awkward— Fuck off! Bullshit backsteps. That— Fuck! How did that hit me? Well, okay, I know how it hit me, but it was still fucking annoying because that skill seal, I didn't know that you had skill seal. Which makes blocking all of those even more important. Okay, it's not the enrage mode one at least, so it doesn't go twice, so it doesn't go free attacks. Okay, there we go.
Yosh, quest clear.
おめでとうです。
やったぜ。
Final area boss down. Oh, Frost area boss down, I should say. It's not the final area. The final area is coming up, but the final area's area boss is a bit weird compared to the others. Alright, so Kirito, Ring of Galar, and get the best sword you have. And that was good.
でもいらっしゃいね。
おう。何か欲しいものがあるのか？ありがとな。
Alright, so now I need another Predator necklace. And the anti-seal accessory for you.
他の品も見ていってくれよな。いつでも来いよ。
Good luck with your run, Zfresh. I should be finished pretty shortly.
欲しいものはありそう？
I'd say within the next half hour to hour to 45 minutes.
ありがとう。
I need 4 total escape crystals, so I only need
お買い上げありがとう。他に次の来店を待っ
2
てるよ。
more. Cool. Alright, so Nibelheim. Damn, I missed the door by quite some distance.
不思議な塔だね。びっくり。どうかな？や、どうかな？これで決める。
Oh, I didn't kill. Killed Bailey.
これで決める。この調子でいきましょう。これで決める。これで決める。これで決める。
Oh, bitch, you backstepped.
これで決める。
Oh, you can't backstep this time, bitch.
俺も負けてられない。
Alright, so all I need to do is beat one tower to activate the cutscene with Shamrock. And then I can go beat the bat immediately, even on New Game. That was some good stun locking. Plus 1 credit to those halfies. Successfully memeing me. Alright, and buff up, head into this place and fight the boss.
これで決めるこれで決めるこれくらい大丈夫だよ頑張ってえいそれえい
このくらいなら大丈夫だな。
少し油断しちゃったみたいいける下がって残り体力に気をつけてくださいこれで
ここからが勝負だな。
これだ
元気になったよ。
Oh, you bitch.
いやーこれで決めるちょっと待ってこれだ
元気になったよ。
これで決める
There we are.
はい一丁ありこんなの楽勝よ
大したことなかったな。
おめでとうです奥の扉が開いたこれを操作すれば大丈夫どうかしたこれにしよう見て
Okay, so this cutscene walks me back to town by itself. Gotta see 2 cutscenes.
ねえねえキリト
Then one more up here. So now we gotta fight the bat. The bat's kinda tricky, so I'm gonna
何か必要なことはあるかしら
do as much as I can. Means equipping this thing. No, that one's more useful. Means getting a level 7 sword, even though not that. It takes plenty of damage, but obviously I want to kill it as fast as possible to avoid any potential strife. Oh, whoops. Need these,
いろいろと揃ってる
even
よ
though I don't really need much.
毎度あり
I could potentially skip this one, but I think... no, because after the bet you go immediately into the dungeon, so I definitely want to stock up. Fair enough. Just stock up. Okay, so this is where it gets annoying. This boss hits super hard and can sleep me. So I gotta avoid getting slept, but I did get an item to stop skill seal now.
裏世界のダンジョン
Usually I would have the crystal gun on from the start of the game, or at least from the first series boss, but I didn't get that this time. It's a random drop, but it does seem to be quite likely. Just buff up.
どうかな
And fight the bat. And hopefully it goes well.
こいつを倒せば次のフィールドに進めるのかな
きっとそうだ。シャムロックよりも先に倒すぞ。
いやーボスを追い詰めていますね頑張ってくださいこれにしよういや
この程度
Okay, got it first try, nice. It's not that hard of a boss if you just fucking block, but it can be sometimes annoying to block the right angle, I guess. Hard to say. I did die twice there on my PvE, so this is another quite big time save. Not as much as I thought it might be, but kind of big still. Alright, so just pick a direction and go down that direction first, so I pick right first. Okay, that isn't useful, dang. He actually escapes crystal out of each section here. Alright, Kirito's actually using movement speed buffs on lethal ones. I don't have to use my items, which helps. Wait, is that an ancient fruit? Yep, cool. It is. A lot of the items here are going to be ancient fruit. Alright, so this boss door is fake, the boss is actually behind the next door. Of course, they make this out to be a really tough boss behind this door, but it's just all the dead Shamrocks. It's not even this door, it's the one afterwards. Alright, so we'll use another movement speed item because I'm pretty sure this will almost be out now. Use my buffs, use more buffs, and go. Alright, so the last one of these arsehole dragons, at least. I don't want to fucking switch. No, okay, he's too high. For that. That didn't get out? Oh my god, this game. That one somehow did though, despite him landing right next to me. Oh,
元気になったよ。
unlikely to resist that side of go, but I know that was bad. That was really...
回復を。
No, he's doing this stupid attack. This attack is like 20 seconds just wasted. Because I'm not hitting him while he's in it.
今度は負けないわ。間に合ったか。
Okay, well, that was a pretty shit fight.
一丁上がり
Whatever.
危なかったわね
Wasn't the worst thing in the world,
大し
just...
たことなかったな。
He just decided to use his most annoying attack right at the end. Yeah, basically right at the end of the game I want to spam ancient fruit, so I was looking for more ancient fruit. Actually, the crystal will move for me. So last escape crystal, last teleport crystal. And hopefully the game doesn't fucking softlock here. I'm tempted to save. Although I'm not sure it would really help. Yeah, I'll save. Just for the hell of it. I'll only waste like 20 seconds. Sometimes the game soft locks on this cutscene. And I don't want to lose what could be just my final run of this game to that. Or final new game run for now anyway. Probably come back eventually, but... Don't want to have to do another one of this anytime soon anyway.
Ah, もしもし。
Okay, it doesn't look like it's soft-locked.
どう欲しいものはありそう毎度あり毎度あり毎度あり毎度あり他に次
Got lucky on the movement speed items last time because Kirito used a lot of movement speed buffs, otherwise I had to use one or two more. Alright, so now swords for Kirito.
今日はどうしたのまた来た
Apparently that bat can drop Excalibur, but I haven't had it drop yet. Anything better? No, that's double down. This better? Not really. So, I think it's level 8, level 7 and 2 level 7s. I gotta change a bunch of skills. Rain, MP to dark. And crit to crit high. Arsena plus dark. Kirito. MP. Improve status. Status res high. Dark. And crit. And Kirito's magic, add back weakness. Rain's magic, slot enhance, dark over soil. There we go. Go. Last real big menu of the game. Head through where all the bodies were and where the dragon boss was, and hopefully move on with Sumeragi. Now Sumeragi I expect to lose a little bit of time.
スメラギがロック
And the reason for that being that... Oh, nice, Kirito, good stuff. I expect to lose a little time on Sumeragi because I don't have the level 4 skill for Kirito on the dual blades. He doesn't have Cygnus Onslaught, which is pretty much the most powerful skill that you can get access to in Speedrun. But because I'm low level, because of less grinding, I don't have it this time. That's the middle door, we can't quite go through there yet, we gotta release the other side of the mechanism. Over here. Well, get a key and release the mechanism. That mechanism being to get me back over here. And just not going to use a movement speed item until I finish with the fight with Sumeragi. Because all my stuff wears off when I get the party swap like this. Alright, so generally the Sumeragi fight is pretty fast, but he does do a decent amount of damage with a low assist, so I do have to be a little watchful. But he doesn't pull it out in the first phase. And yeah, I'm gonna lose a bit of time regardless. Damn it, he blocked. Okay, so that ends the first phase immediately. And he spawns quite a way away, so... Though... no level 2 skill does make the strategy for this very simple. Just spam the... Oh, he missed. That was so lucky. Okay. Nearly died, but in the end I got lucky because he somehow blew his OSS right around me. No idea how. So using one of these and head for the final floor. He uses it a lot more than he usually does though. That was like 4 casts of it. Anyway. One last set of switches. I gotta release 3 switches to get through this door, the only door in the game like that. Well, maybe there is in the post-game dungeon, but it's kind of the unique gimmick of this dungeon for the main story that this one dungeon needs 4 switches, 3 switches, for one door. So yeah, go to right first, because it happens to be the left side that actually leads to the door. And there's 1 switch on the right and 2 on the left. Gonna have to recharge my stamina, so what I'm gonna do is use another movement speed item while it's recharging. Because it was gonna run out reasonably soon anyway. But with no stamina I can't do anything regardless, so... may as well use the time while my stamina is recharging to get up the movement speed buff again. And we just run around here and finally get to the boss. And this guy, I think his weakness is Holy, that's the one element I actually can't buff as Rain, but Fire is fine even though he's Fire himself. Like, I mean, he uses attacks that look like fire attacks, like a fire wall and shit, but doesn't seem to matter. Like he still takes 22 damage from it.
北欧神話のシグルズと
Let
同
me
じ
backstep.
剣の腕に秀でているという伝説がある。まさにラストダンジョンの敵としてふさわしい。
この程度かすり傷ですね。
敵の攻撃に注意して。
Oh, the laser.
いやー
He spends 3 times when he's in berserk apparently.
大丈夫？まだ戦
Oh, the laser again. That might hit me before I get inside there. Yeah, just barely, that's annoying.
これよそれね。やっ
こいつはまずいぜ。
ケレタ君大丈夫？倒ったな。いやーこれで決める。
PB killed him ridiculously fast though.
はい一丁上がり。こんなの楽勝よ。
So yeah, just losing a little bit of time from not having as many levels and stuff at the very end of the game. That's fine though.
セブンたちはこいつを倒して先に進んだのかな。
おそらくパーティーごとに戦わなきゃダメな仕様なんだろう。別パーティーの俺たちが登場したからきっと復活したんだ。
えい、倒ったな。えい、倒ったな。
この扉
かかってきなさい。みんなから受け取った思いと力、ここで嫌というほど見せてあげるから。そんなかりそめの思い、しまった。
一体どういうことだ。すぐにこんなスキルがあったのか。
一度にたくさんの OSS を引き継ぎすぎてプレイヤーアバターがデータ過多になってしまったのかも。ひどくこれで終わらせてあげる。キリト君ごめんね。最後の最後までうちのことで迷惑かけて。
俺たちのスバルドエリアのラスボスをこいつってことにさせてもらおう。ちゃんとこのラスボスを倒して報酬を受け取ってやる。
そうだね。これが最後の戦いだね。
行くぞ。
うん。
反撃してくるのだ。これを使うか。
これにするね。
ここにいたのか。
ぎさん。おかえりなさい。
任せてくれ。これだな。いや、
じゃあ見せるよ。今まで私が隠してたスキル、エクサダマグルメキアレク。
なんだよこれ、ルール違反じゃないか。
二刀流のキリト君には言われたくないな。
そういえば前にレインは自分の力は二刀流じゃないって
うん、私は例えるなら多刀流だよ。無数の剣を空間の狭間に隠し、私の意志でしまった。
なあレイン、こうして二人の歌姫たちをさてグランドクエスト。
頑張るわね。任せておいて。よろしくね。
Alright, yeah, thanks for watching, I'll be on my way. That was a decent run.